Hey, how's it going, guys? Blue Tempest here, and welcome to a very unexpected unboxing video. Right here, we have a package that I was not anticipating at all today. This kind of just showed up at my front door, and I honestly had no idea what this package was. So once I started opening it up, I realized exactly what this was, and this is actually a package of manga that Yen Press sent to me, which is absolutely insane. I never thought I would see the day where a manga publisher actually reached out to me to send me some of their books. That is just absolutely incredible, and I'm just very grateful for that. So shout out to the fine folks over at Yen Press for sending me all of these volume ones of manga. I did, like I said, open this package up already, and I saw like one or two of the volumes that they sent me, and I got really excited. But I wanted to actually share my, live reaction of me unboxing the rest of the volumes, because honestly I have no idea exactly what they sent me. And then the second half of this video is going to be me actually reacting and kind of reviewing each series that they sent me. So it will cut to after I have read all of these volumes. So yes, this is going to be a very, very exciting video. I am just really, like I said, grateful that Yen Press, sent these volumes to me. But let's see what we actually have in this package. Opening it up here, the first volume of manga that I did see was this volume 1 of Shy. This is a series that I actually was really interested in. This reminds me a lot of like My Hero, because this is a hero story. So there's some superpowers and stuff like that. And wow, the art actually looks really good. So I cannot wait to actually read this one and let you guys know what I think of it. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this one. So again, thank you so much to Yen Press for sending me this volume of manga. Honestly, I probably would have picked this up myself either way, so really happy about this one. All right, so next thing I see here is kind of funny. So the next manga is actually Chained Soldier. So this is actually one that I picked up when it first came out about like a month or two ago, and I decided to drop this series. But I will say I might actually be willing to give this series another shot, especially since, Yen Press very kindly sent me over this volume 1 again. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to give this series another shot. Maybe I'll get volume 2 and kind of go from there. But yeah, still, nonetheless, thank you guys so much for sending me Chained Soldier volume 1. Ooh, this next one is this is the one that I'm super excited about. This is a series that is actually one of my most anticipated manga series of this year in general, and that is Oshi no Ko right here. This is the manga series from the same creator of Kaguya-sama Love is War. Man, this is a series that I've heard nothing but amazing things about, and ooh, we have some colored pages in here as well. Man, I am really excited to get into this one. I think this is going to be one of my favorite new series, so yeah, just can't wait to read this one. All right, let's see what else we got in here, because we've got some stuff, some interesting stuff. Okay, so we got, I kept pressing the 100 million year button and came out on top, The Unbeatable Reject Swordsman Volume 1. From the title, we can kind of assume that this is going to be a isekai, but maybe not something I would have picked up on my own, but because the Empress sent this to me, I will give this a shot. Art looks pretty good, and yeah, I'm not huge into isekai, but I'm willing, like I said, to give this one a shot. So we'll see what I think of it. All right, so next up here we have Unnamed Memory Volume 1, another series that I have never heard about. This also looks kind of like a fantasy isekai type manga. Also has some colored pages in the front as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like I said, I've never heard of this series, but I do like the art. The art is really nice. So I don't know, maybe this is a romance too between these two characters. I have no idea. We'll see what I think of this, but yeah, I actually do like this release. I like the cover art and like the yellow spine and everything. So we'll see what I think of this one. All right, so next up we have Dead Mount Deathplay. Okay, this is also a sealed volume 1 right here, so don't know if this is very explicit. It is rated mature, so I think I've heard the name of this manga, but I've never like picked it up or looked into it at all. So this one looks pretty interesting. Actually, that cover looks really cool. So yeah, gonna give this one a shot, see what I think about it, and kind of go from there. All right, and then the last volume of manga. This one's pretty hype. This is actually The Boxer. This is a manhwa, I believe, and yeah, as we can see here, this is in full color as well, which is really awesome. And yeah, this feels like a really nice quality release. As you can see here, this is from their new imprint, Eyes Press, which is a manhwa imprint. And yeah, I've heard nothing but amazing things about The Boxer. This is also one that I would have probably picked up for myself. So really glad that Yen Press actually, you know, sent this one to me and I can actually read it and let you guys know what I think of it. But that is everything that is in this package here. So as you can see, this is quite the haul. 7 volumes of manga. Thank you guys so much over at Yen Press. Again, this is amazing and I cannot wait to try all of these series out. So let's fast forward to when I've actually read all of these, and I'll let you guys know what I think of them. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since I received this package from Yen Press, and I wanted to update you guys with my thoughts on all of these volumes of manga and just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what they're about. Now, I do want to say that the past few weeks have been pretty busy for me. So with all of that being said, I did not get to actually finish reading all of these volumes of manga. I did get through most of them, but there were 2 volumes in particular that I did not get to actually read the entirety of them. I only read the first chapter of those. But to start off, I want to tell you guys about Oshi no Ko. This is a manga that I've already talked about a little bit here on the channel, and you guys may have seen me post this on Twitter and Instagram as well. But yeah, Oshi no Ko, like I said before, is one of the series that I was most excited to get into for 2023, as this is from the same mangaka as Kaguya-sama Love is War, which is another one of my favorite series. And yeah, if you guys like Kaguya-sama, I would say definitely check this out. Now, the 2 series are, you know, completely different. I do see some similarities in just the writing style and the characters, but for the most part, they are completely different vibes. This one is more of a mystery-tinged, thriller-esque type manga, but it has to do with Japanese pop idol culture, which is really interesting. I do dabble in some K-pop and J-pop here and there, so it was really cool for me to, you know, read this series. It kind of goes a little bit in depth as to, you know, the personas that a lot of these idols kind of have to create for themselves in order to be successful. And yeah, the premise of this one is just absolutely out there. Honestly, if you guys are interested, then I would definitely say just go ahead and read it, because yeah, I don't want to spoil this one for you guys. But next up, I want to talk about The Boxer, which is a manhwa, and this one I was really interested in because I've seen a lot of hype surrounding this release. And yeah, the hype is definitely real. I really did enjoy this manhwa, and yeah, the art is really cool. I really like the action a lot in this, and this deals with a lot of themes of bullying, but mixed in with, you know, the actual boxing element. I cannot wait to, you know, continue this series with, you know, volume 2 and just kind of see where the story goes. It is a little bit edgy, I will say. It is a little bit edgy, but, you know, if you guys like manhwa series, if you guys like sports series, then I would definitely recommend this. Like I said, the action is super fluid as well. So if you just like fighting manga, then I would definitely recommend The Boxer. But moving on, let's talk about Shy Volume 1. This one is a superhero manga where each country has their own superhero, and there are a little bit of stereotypes when it comes to, you know, the heroes from each country being kind of stereotypical, but you know, aside from that, I did really find this volume 1 to be pretty cute. I may continue this one with the second volume. I'm still a little on the fence about it, but it's not because it was bad or anything. This is actually a pretty good manga. I do really like the art style as well. And the main character, you know, from the title, it's obvious she is very shy and she's just trying to get out of her shell a lot more. I can definitely see this being another one of those, you know, superhero origin stories. And yeah, I am intrigued by this, but it didn't quite blow me away either. I would say if you like series such as My Hero Academia, you'd probably enjoy this one. And I do know that there is an anime coming out, so I might actually, you know, check out the anime as well once that comes out. But yeah, Shine Volume 1, I definitely recommend it if you like superhero manga. Alright, so next up, I do just want to talk a little bit about Chained Soldier. Now, this one I did mention beforehand that I had read this and I did end up dropping it. So like I said, I may give volume 2 a chance just because, you know, I have this in my collection again, thanks to Yen Press. But I did want to mention, if you guys like series with heavy fan service, you're probably gonna enjoy this one, as, you know, the fan service and the art, it's there. It's well drawn, I will say. And yeah, I think this one does remind me a lot of some other shonen manga when it comes to the actual plot and the monsters that they fight and stuff like that. But yeah, moving on, let's talk about, I kept pressing the 100 million year button and came out on top, The Unbeatable Reject Swordsman. That is quite the mouthful for a manga title, but yeah, like I said before, this one is not something that I would have necessarily picked up myself just from the title and the cover and everything, but I did read chapter 1. This is one of the ones that I didn't get a chance to fully read through. This one is about this main character right here who goes to this school where they practice like sword fighting and sword play and stuff like that, and he's the worst of the worst. He is just really bad at sword fighting and he gets bullied a lot because of that. The number one swordsman of this school actually, you know, insults his mother, insults his family, and so he, you know, takes up the challenge of fighting him. But as he's, you know, training for this battle, he realizes that there's like no chance of him winning. His training's kind of pretty much going nowhere, and then this random old man shows up and tells him if he presses this button, then he gets transported to another world where he gets to train for like 1,000,000 years or something like that. It's a pretty out there and ridiculous plot, but I will say, if you like, you know, isekai stories, if you like that kind of sort of super, you know, weak guy character kind of getting the power to, you know, be super, you know, overpowered, then I would say you might find enjoyment out of this manga. But next up, I do want to talk about Unnamed Memory. Now, this one is one that I did read through the entirety of this volume, and I thought it was, you know, pretty enjoyable. Nothing too groundbreaking. This is a fantasy story. Basically, the premise is that there's this witch who will grant one wish to anybody who conquers this tower that has a lot of traps and trials and stuff like that. And she's waiting at the top of this tower, and she's been waiting for a long time because nobody's been able to reach the top. But that changes once this guy comes in. He actually, you know, makes it to the top. He meets the witch, and his wish is kind of interesting. So basically, like I said, he is a prince, and his bloodline is cursed to where he cannot bear any children. His entire family, pretty much his bloodline is dead. He's the last one of his bloodline. And so he wants to continue his legacy. He wants to continue his bloodline. So his wish is, you know, for her to lift that curse. And she doesn't quite have the power to lift the curse, but we do find out that it is possible for him to have an heir if he has the child with her. Yeah, it's a kind of weird premise. It sounds weirder when I say it out loud. You know, when you actually read the manga, this is a very medieval fantasy type manga series. Yeah, I didn't actually think this one was too bad. This is pretty much set up to be a romance between the two. I do like the witch character. The guy, he's, you know, kind of your stereotypical bland Prince Charming type character. If that sounds interesting to you, then I would definitely recommend checking out Unnamed Memory. The last one I want to talk about is Dead Mount Death Play. So this was one that I actually realized isn't a new series. This is one that's been out, it's been serializing. If any of you guys have been reading this, let me know, because I honestly had not really heard much about this. Yeah, I read the first chapter. I didn't have time to complete this volume, but I'm definitely going to, because I thought the first chapter was pretty interesting. So this kind of begins with your typical, you know, fantasy type setting where this hero is trying to defeat this like corpse god character who's this giant skeletal monster that has just been, you know, wreaking havoc. And then this giant flash of light or this like explosion or something happens basically, and we get transported to kind of like a modern day setting, and we follow this kid character who has like a wound on his neck and all this stuff. It's very gruesome looking, and he's kind of like trying to recollect his memories, and he starts getting, you know, chased down by these people, and he doesn't know what's going on. Throughout the chapter, he starts to, you know, regain his memories and stuff like that, and we find out that he is actually the corpse god. He is the, you know, evil, you know, bad guy. And it kind of seemed like it was the, you know, hero in the beginning. But no, it's the evil monster, and he is in the present day, and he kind of talks about wanting to have a peaceful life, but it seems like that's probably not going to happen because there's all these people trying to hunt him down. So it's kind of like a reverse isekai type story. It's really interesting because we're following this character who's supposedly, you know, evil monster. And yeah, I think that the art is, you know, really, really good. I do like the art in the story. So yeah, this one is going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to finish this volume and then kind of decide whether or not to continue it from there. But yeah, I do want to thank Yen Press for sending me this one. As like I said, I've not heard much about this series at all. It is one that has been serializing, so there are multiple volumes out. So, you know, if I do enjoy this volume 1, I can definitely continue it and keep reading on. So that's really exciting. But yes, that pretty much does it for all of my thoughts on all of these manga that Yen Press sent me. I do want to say thank you again to the fine folks over at Yen Press for sending me all of these volumes of manga. And yeah, it just feels so amazing to be at this point where, you know, manga publishers are starting to notice me and send me, you know, review copies of stuff. That is all thanks to you guys. I do want to say thank you to anybody watching this video, anyone who's subscribed and left a like on any of my videos. Thank you so much. We are now at 3,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So if you are a fan of my content, then you could definitely look forward to a lot of awesome videos coming soon in 2023 on my channel. I cannot wait to see what's to come. And yes, like I said, thank you guys again. But that does it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.